Hi, everyone. Welcome to another one of our Wednesday night chats. Thank you for taking the time, whether you're joining live or watching the replay. I appreciate you taking a few minutes of your day, and hopefully you get as much out of it as I do. So today's topic or title is faith and goals. And as you can tell by looking at my forehead, it's Ash Wednesday. So no, we're not going to talk about Lent or God or Christianity. So if that's what you're hoping for, I hope you'll continue to stay tuned, and hopefully the title didn't turn you away if you thought it was going to be a religious term. I did that last night with my CCD class. We talked enough about Lent and the Lenten plans and stuff. So I'm thinking you may have had 3 reactions of, oh crap, I didn't get my ashes. She's Catholic. Or maybe you're like trying to wipe your screen because you think there's dirt on my forehead, or so I will acknowledge that having gone to Catholic schools from the age of 3 through 12th grade, I often associate the word faith with religion. And yes, that is a component of the definition, but there's more. I checked. And Merriam-Webster defines faith as faith and trust in God, faith in the traditional doctrines of a religion, firm belief in something in which there is no proof, complete trust, or without question. So we're not going to talk about the first 2. As I looked this up, and part of the reason I did make this topic for tonight was because it is Ash Wednesday, and I knew I'd be showing up with a dirty forehead. So I figured, let's see how this works more broadly. And I learned when I went and thought about the actual definition of faith, complete trust, without question. I thought, wow, you know what? If you don't have complete trust in yourself, you really aren't going to meet your goals. You're not going to move forward in life. You've got to trust in you. If you have a belief system in God or some other higher power, great. I think that's awesome. Yes, that will help you meet your goals and move forward in life too. But you don't have to have that to meet your goals. You do have to trust in you. Otherwise, you're kind of done before you start it. You need to believe you can without proof. Because particularly when we set a goal, it's often something we haven't done before. So you don't have the proof that you can do it. The experience I had when my mom died came to mind. You know, it was unexpected. She died in the beginning of December of 2014. I had landed in Florida for a business trip, very delayed, so exhausted. And I pick up my voicemail expecting it to be the shuttle service, wondering where I am. And it was the New Jersey State Police asking me to call them regarding a missing persons report. So there was no plan. I wasn't expecting it. This was just a couple of months after I'd gotten a huge promotion at work. And when we divided up the risk management team that was in place, I didn't get any. So I had to staff my team. I was trying to build a function that we previously outsourced. And when my mom died, there was no life insurance. There was no plot. the farm was on the verge of foreclosure, and there was 60 years worth of stuff in the house. I'm an only child. My mother never remarried after my parents' divorce, so all of this fell on me. Oh, and in the midst of that, I got picked for grand jury duty and had to report to the county courthouse for a full day of jury duty, 1 day a week. I think it was 4 months. Wound up being a month longer than it was supposed to because they forgot to send out the request to pull a new panel. So I lost 1 day a week of work, but my work didn't go away, just the time. I had to figure out how to borrow money to stop the foreclosure. And in the end, it all worked out. The regulators were happy with the function I bought. I was able to keep part of the farm. Actually, I kept the part that's my mom's favorite. It still bears my grandfather's name, and it self-supports, something it had never done in my childhood. And as I've shared this story with friends over the years, or they just look and they go, I don't know how you did it. How did you do that? Would be the response. And I'm like, I didn't have a choice. You figured it out. I went into it without question because there was no other choice. And I had faith. It's going to work out. I'll figure it out as we go. So I don't share this to be like, oh, I'm so awesome, or woe is me. I had to deal with this, and grieve. But we've all had some sort of similar experience. It was a project at work or something you were doing in school or for your children's school. You had a project, an event, had a lot of work to get done, and not a lot of time when you looked at the plan and what needed to be accomplished and when by. And you weren't sure how it was going to get done. How are we going to pull this off? But you had that complete trust that you and the people you were working with were going to do your best. If you didn't meet it, you were going down fighting. And yeah, it probably caused some stress, some long days, but you figured it out and you accomplished the goal. Heck, I bet some of you will even think of a story where you maybe got done sooner than you thought, or was even better than your expectation. Why? Because you went in without question. You had faith, complete trust in you. Complete trust in you. Without that, we can't move forward. Because if you don't have it, what you're saying is, I don't trust myself. I can't do this. I need proof. I need proof I can do it. Well, how are you going to get the proof if it's not something you've done before? You got to do it. So whether it's trying to figure out how to run a virtual turkey tray because you can't have a gathering that big, or some new project at work that's a product has to be launched by a certain date, and you got to do something for the first time, and maybe we always did this in person over 3 days, and now we've got less people, we have to meet virtually, whatever. You're figuring it out, right? Think about it. Almost a year ago, unless it was some sort of online college or home study program, most of our teachers were not teaching in this fashion. They were used to their students coming into class and they were teaching them that way. Maybe the technology they were using within the class was better, but there were kids in desks in front of them. And they got told you got to go virtual. Oh, what? Yeah. And it's not been easy. I've talked to some teachers. They're like, It's taken me a lot longer to prepare my lessons. So thank you for them. Thank you that they've continued to work to figure it out. But guess what? Figured it out. We've all been moving forward this year, figuring it out without knowing exactly what's going to happen. So if you can do it in the face of a pandemic because you're forced to, why can't you do it for your own benefit? Right? Whatever that goal is you've set, move forward in faith. Trust yourself. Hey, you know what? I I'm going to drop 10 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever it is. Okay. I'm not saying you can just sit there and just give it up and it's going to happen. You got to do the work, right? And that's example where the project worked out. You did the work. Maybe some days kind of hurt a little bit. You were tired. Maybe you were hangry. Hey, today's a fast day. I'm getting to that hangry point, so I get it. But you got there. You just move forward with trust in yourself. So bring that to everything in life. If you go into everything knowing without proof that you can get there, you have complete trust in you, think of all the things you can accomplish. Think about it. And you can probably do it with a clean forehead, unlike me today. But you know what? I'm okay with the acknowledgement that one day I shall be dust again. So have faith in yourself. Have faith in your ability to meet your goals. If you have faith in something bigger, great. Leverage that too. But if you don't, that's okay too. But at least have the faith in yourself right here that you will succeed. I have no doubt if you're willing to do the work and have trust in yourself, you will succeed and you will move forward. With that, thank you and have a wonderful day whenever you're watching this.